Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Nur Hasma Natasha from Corporate Admin. For today, I will talk about my journal article. My journal article title would be to investigate how senior citizens in adopting ICT. For the past few weeks, me and my group have done this research about this topic, and for today, I will be talking about my individual research in this topic. Without wasting our time, let's start with the abstract. For the abstract, the goal of the issue statement is actually to conduct a true investigation into the dynamic and complexity of the elderly person in adopting of ICT in their local communities. And some of the issue that I wanted to highlight is the adoption of ICT by senior citizens in local communities, the lack of ICT uses by the senior citizen in the community, and the accessibility and affordability of technology for senior citizens in the community. The highlight of the impact is actually the perceived usefulness in adopting ICT among senior citizens towards the behavioral intention. Next, I will continue about the introduction. So, what is actually perceived ease of usefulness and why is it important in ICT? Perceived ease of usefulness is where the belief of using the technology would be useful and benefit towards them. It also can be referred as an easy way to enhance their performance in life by using certain systems in the technology. When the senior citizen believe that using the technology, especially ICT, can give them benefit towards them, they will continue to explore the technology and started to rely on it, especially when the technology itself can help them in enhancing their life. Next, I will continue with the literature review. In literature review, I will talk about three subtopics, which is the perceived usefulness, behavioral intention, and technology acceptance model. The first one is perceived usefulness. Perceived usefulness is one of the independent constructs in the technology acceptance model. Perceived usefulness is an individual's perception of how technology or a particular technology are set to improve the individual tasks or roles in the term of efficiency and effectiveness. The next one is behavioral intention. Based on the research behavioral intention and ICT adoption for senior adults in local communities were significantly positively correlated and statistically significant by perceived usefulness. This implies that in order to guarantee that older person in local communities adopt ICT, that good behavioral goals are realized, strategies need to be improved. And lastly, we have technology acceptance model. Technology acceptance model understands the critical aspect that influence and innovation acceptability in such a way that is determined on understanding and predicting customers' adoption of information technology. For the next slide, I will talk about the methodology, which is an interesting topic. For the methodology, the predominant research methodology employed in the community-based studies on the usage of ICT by senior citizens is a quantitative approach. The purpose of the study is actually to look into how old people in the community use ICT. There is therefore essential to research how older persons perceive the usage of ICT in daily life. Because of this, the questionnaire quantitative approach, which consists of 7 sections with a total of 29 questions. As you guys can see, this is all the statistics that show the reliability of the data and the correlation between the behavioral intention and perceived usefulness. And last but not least, in the next slide, I will talk about the finding and discussion. The finding indicates that there was a statistically significant link as well as a high correlation strength between older citizens' behavioral intention to use ICT and their perception of its utility. This suggests that improving technique is necessary for ICT uptake amongst elderly citizens in local communities and for its perceived utility to be favorable. Based on the data that has been run, I can conclude that the impact between perceived usefulness among the senior citizens in adopting ICT would be positive. For the last slide, I will talk about the conclusion. So, what I can conclude after this research is, ICT is essential for managing data, gaining access to information, and working with others. To sum up, it shows that they believe that the technology is useful. They are more inclined to use the technology. It also shows that perceived usefulness can be referred to the mark to which a person believes that using a particular system would enhance his or her job's performance or life. And that will be all for me. My name is Nur Hasma Natasha, and thank you for watching.